I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Hey, I'm back with another video, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Camilla from Finland, and I film myself doing things while many animals are, I guess, sort of helping me. Anyways, this time I'm going to build a cat tree for my cat Tyra, because I've had a whole entire tree sitting in the corner of my living room waiting for me to have the time and energy for far too long, and it's driving me insane, so let's just get this done. Okay, new try. I went to the shop to get a whole bunch of stuff, and now I think I have all that I need to get at least something done today. I'm gonna put on some YouTube videos and I'm going to get cracking on this cat tree. Vad tror du? Okay, tack. Also, let me just quickly show you. Look at these little mushrooms that I thrifted. There's LED lights inside. They're so cute. I feel like every single video I now make, I start by just apologizing for not uploading in a while. I am just super busy. I am trying to run my own business and also working for someone else. So I also did enable the super thanks option for my videos now. So if you do want to show some more monetary support and help me to prioritize creating more content in the future, that is an option you now have. I will put a link with more information about what the super thanks is in the description box, so you can see if that is something you want to do. Also, this is a little update on my hair color. As you can see, it is red again. I did not dye it since my last video. It actually just reverted back to red. So I guess my henna just said, no, you are a redhead now and always. And yeah, I guess I will just let it be for now. We'll see what happens in the future. Okay, so back to focusing on what I am actually doing in this video. I am making this scratch post because Tyra is obsessed with scratching on my couch. So I wanted to make something that sort of resembles the couch. So I got something that I think is meant for laying down laminate floors. So you're supposed to put this sort of soft sheet underneath. And I wrap that around the tree trunk first, and then I had these old jute bags that I used to carry in firewood in, and the handles actually broke on them, and I just kept them because I figured I could use them for something else, and this is the something else. And then lastly, just to add a little cute touch, I wanted to line this with some cord, and then I realized that the cord I got was a little too thin, so I just made some braids and lined it with that. I would also like to point out that I still have not gotten all of the electrical work done in this room, which is why you'll see a lot of awkward wires here and there and no cord management whatsoever. And also my lighting in this room for now is this construction lamp, which is not very aesthetically in line with the rest of my room, but that is why it's just not looking quite finished. And there is also this awkward cord along the wall where I took out the old, well, new panel ceiling to reveal this older ceiling. So that is why it looks this way. Please don't judge me. It's going to get finished eventually, I hope. Forgot that I wanted to actually film her. I got to. I just decided to take the dogs out. You can't really see them, but take the dogs out for a little walk and to check to see if there was any northern lights, because last night there was quite the light show in the sky. My partner was here and we took the dogs out. And we took the dogs out around like 11 in the evening and realized, oh hey, there's a bunch of northern lights here right now. There was a small chance of them being visible tonight as well, but it's still pretty early in the evening, so it's not even like completely pitch black. And I keep sort of feeling like I see some movement in the sky, but I guess it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. Okay, hello. It's like a week later. I have not had the time or the energy to work on this at all during the week. It is now the weekend and I'm going to try to continue this project so that I can get a video out eventually. It's been many weeks since my last video and I'm just not gonna stress out about it. I'll post when I post. But for tonight, I figured I would try to make this macrame cat hammock thing. I've been watching some tutorials on YouTube. As always, my video is not a tutorial, so I will just link the tutorials I watched in the description, and I'll probably go off book and just do my own thing. But you can just see where I took the inspiration from. I am definitely a beginner with macrame. I have done some in the past, but I'm really not a professional, but I just sort of test things out and see what works and what doesn't, and yeah, we'll see what I end up with. So I'll insert some photos of my initial inspiration, but I ended up sort of doing my own design at the end because I have this massive fear of my animals getting tangled into stuff and just sort of choking to death while I'm away. So I wanted to make a hammock with the least amount of sort of like loops and stuff she could get stuck in. So yeah, that is why I ended up with the design I ended up with.
That I thought was really cute. I love Valentine's Day. I love the idea of Valentine's Day. It's my favorite. I just love like holidays in general and being festive. So I'll get to it eventually. And then we move on into just some darker books. Up there, above, we have my 2 copies of Immortal Dark, which the second book in the series just got announced, or the cover just got announced recently. Can't wait. Can't wait. I will probably listen to the audio version of it, because when I read Immortal Dark, I bounced.
Once I saw Tira in this hammock, I realized it's quite small, at least for her, because she's a pretty big girl. But luckily there will be someone later in this video who might be just the perfect size for this hammock. Brought in the parts I am going to use for the top shelf of the cat tree, and it seems that I have moved someone's home. That's okay, dude, you can live in here. It's nice and warm. Most likely bugs to eat. Once I got the top shelf where I wanted it to be, I realized that because of its position, because it's really high up, you can see all of the attachments and the uneven bottom of it a little too well for my taste when you sit at the couch, for example. So I decided to make this sort of macrame skirt for it to sort of cover up all of that, and I was having the hardest time deciding how to finish off this macrame hang thing. So I ended up first cutting it in a straight line, then deciding it's still too long. Then I was sort of trying to cut it unevenly in a similar pattern to the macrame knots that I made on the design. And it was definitely sort of the home cut bangs effect, where it was just too short, too uneven, and did not look okay at all. And I ended up fixing it with just making a second macrame thing and just hanging it on top of it to sort of hide my very bad cutting job. As you could also see, I added some toys to the tree. This is a way better option than having them lay on the ground, because the dogs will steal them and destroy them. So I added this sort of catnip mouse on a spring, and then I just hung a few toys from strings. So as a final touch for this little cat haven, I also picked up a cat friend for my cat. So in all seriousness, I have been looking for a friend for Tyra for a long time now, because she's very active and social, and she gets very upset when me and the dogs leave her. So I figured she could use a friend, and I found a cat that seemed to have the perfect personality, active and playful, at a cat rescue center. And she was found when she was pregnant, and she had 4 babies, and now she was finally ready for adoption. So I drove to pick her up, and I did have a video clip of me actually picking her up, but for some reason it just disappeared off my phone. I cannot find it anywhere. So instead I'm just going to insert some vertical videos of her coming home and meeting the other animals, and within a week she was perfectly fine with everyone. Honestly, within like 3 days she was perfectly fine with everyone, and she escaped her little prison cell where I was keeping her, and just started cruising around the house, feeling very at home. She's still a little timid towards people, so I haven't been able to touch her yet, but she's very good with all the other animals and seems very happy and comfortable, and that is the most important thing. She has also been using the cat tree, but anytime I see her in the cat tree and I try to whip out the camera, she immediately has left the cat tree before I can get everything set up, so I don't have a lot of clips of her in there, but she's also been enjoying it, and I did actually manage to capture both the cats sleeping together in the cat tree on one of my security cams, so I will input that at the end of this video.